Hello and welcome to this week's episode of The Point After. I'm Primetime Triple Zero. If you've never watched this show before, The Point After is a show where four SML members compete in a four-round free-for-all battle royale regarding the hottest topics in the SML League. Each round will be scored on its own, with the lowest scoring player will be eliminated from each round. There's power-ups involved. There's some cool stuff going on. So first round is a power-up round. It's called The Drop. Are you ready, boys? Let's go. So the drop.
Let's go.
Here's our question. If the SML was revived next week, EA fixed the league, would you want to go back? And QB Stud, we'll start with you.
So I've actually flipped on this a little bit from the beginning, from even before we kind of started the new league. I say yes, and I'm going to tell you why. So the original SML or the old SML is like your first love. You put a lot of time in. You really get to know her. She gets to know you. You both kind of mold each other and like grow each other exactly where you want to be. And then, maybe it gets stale or boring or something outside of your control takes her away. So then now you go to this new thing. And the new thing is pretty. You enjoy it. She's got some benefits. But you're always going to have your old fling in the back of your mind and in the back of your heart kind of chewing away at you. And we're never going to get away with that if we don't go back. So I think we should, if given the opportunity. Prime, I know you're going to miss the Colts, and I think it'd be more fun having everyone deeper into their team.
Well, I'm going to give QB a lot of points there because that sounds like more personal, like a personal flame there. So I'm going to give them 10 points. QP, how do you answer that?
I'm going to say, let's start with QB's assessment right there. You find your first love. You never experienced it before. You never experienced what a woman felt like before. So you think this first love is great. You think it's amazing. And in comes 2023 now, fellas. In comes the fake boobs. She's doing squats at the gym. It's not fake down there, but it's nice. It's the Buccaneers. Let me say capital F no. I don't ever want to go back to Pac Bulls, even though he was a great guy. The Cardinals, Kyler Murray, they were great. But do you think I want to deal with Dan, who runs plays 40 times in practice before he executes and masters what he wants to do out of there? Do you think that I want to go back to KJ where he calls hike with 2 seconds left? No, I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So QB is on record saying he would prefer to be in a division with me over anyone else. I just want to throw that out there.
Wow.
He's trying to make it happen. It's not happening. So let me just add one more thing to that new girl thing. The Buccaneers, just like Tom Brady, like the new girl. It's going to hurt. I checked my bank account. I'm a lot less than I did when I had my first love. And it's going to be like it is with the Buccaneers cap because I had cleared some shit for the Cardinals. But no, capital F no.
All right.
That new girl with age, those fake tits are going to be back. It's not going to be nice anymore. When Brady's gone, you're going to be in trouble, buddy.
Missionary, so you wouldn't understand to appreciate the full body.
That's good. Meats, you seem like you have good relationship advice.
Yeah. No, that's actually a terrible insight there, Prime. But no. So last cycle, I kind of equate. I'm gonna run with this analogy here. I equate that to like the X, right? The X numbed you up. We had the blip last cycle, and it was a dirty breakup, and you just don't feel anything anymore. And so this year when we blipped again, I was like, man, I like my Packers team, but like, okay, whatever. We're moving on, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I would go back to my ex. So yeah, let's do it.
So you go back. Fins.
Oh yeah, they're so much better than the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm gonna run with this analogy too. But first I'm just gonna say QB, there's no way you would go back to that Broncos team. You had a flag made. Let's redraft. You were walking around, toting that flag everywhere. You were in Prime's DMs constantly. There's no way you go back to that team. Would I go back to that team? No, I wouldn't. If we're taking that analogy again, sometimes that girl just gets a little stale. You need something new. You need to reignite the passion. And that's what the Bengals team has done for me. Joe Mixon, I've never had a running back in the SML like Joe Mixon. At the QB position, I was really struggling. Even though I'm a Dolphins fan, when I'm playing this damn game, I still forget sometimes that Tua is a lefty. So I would roll out to the wrong side and I'd make a stupid throw. So Burrow has ignited my passing game a little bit better. Like it just flows better with my style. So no, I wouldn't go back.
That's good. That's good. So the scoring is this: QP 10, QB 10, Meats 6, Fins
6.
Fins is actually he's at 12. He's at 12. Fins actually gets this round, and I like
you just made that number up right there.
I like that he I like that he went after QB a little bit there. I like the spark there. So you get to pick between some power ups, Fins. Here's your options: a self revive. So if you have the lowest score at the end of a round, you can continue playing. A precision airstrike drops bombs on a member. Their score reduces by half. A revive pistol, you can donate some of your points to help somebody else out. A gas mask, which means you just mute somebody and they're skipped. Or a deployable cover, so if somebody attacks you, you're protected.
Fins, you're muted, buddy.
Fins is muted. He's.
I'm gonna take a gas mask.
Oh wow. Okay. So everybody's scores are going to be reset to 0 here, and we're gonna. I wonder where this is gonna go. So let's go into the drop is over. Now we're gonna go into the first circle closing. The NFC South appears to be one of the deepest divisions. Which member would you want to put up 50 points on the most? And Meats, we'll start with you.
Oh, I actually get to answer this? That's impressive. I think everybody can guess the answer here. Mike, listen, I like Mike. Okay, I respect him. I'm not dropping 50 on him because one time I did and he yelled at me for it. QP, I've never had an issue with QP.
Oh, no.
Hey, QB, what's up? We have some beef in chat, and he's known for his good defense. I don't have anything personal against him, but man, putting 50 on him would be a lot of fun.
Wow. So Meats would put up 50 on QB stud. QB, who would you put 50 up on?
So this isn't exactly the answer you're looking for, but I would actually pick QP only because that means I've found a competent offense somewhere out of nowhere. I did play QP in week 2. Jameis Winston is actually, it's really sim. He just randomly throws interceptions sometimes. Probably every once in a while I'll have one that's definitely my fault. But if I'm able to put up 50 on that Buccaneers defense and against QP and how he plays, then, that's going to be impressive. Whereas when I do put up 50 up on Meats, it's like, okay. And then I put up 50 on Mike multiple times. So that's also not impressive. So QP is really the only one that's left.
You leave Mike alone.
QP, what do you got?
I was going to go with Mike here because he didn't show up to the show because he just thinks he's better than the rest of us. But now that QB wants to put 50 on me, now I have to come back. I got to get him back. And I would really like if I had, let's say 45 or 49. There's about 2 minutes and 32 seconds left. He's trying to get that past that last touchdown just to make the score look better. And I get a user pick. I have the option to go and kneel it out. Maybe have to get this first down now on offense, or I return it for 6. I get 52 points. Can you imagine the DMs that you'd get, Prime?
I can.
Can you imagine the DMs that the gameplay committee would get if I took a pick 6 back to get 50 with around the 2-minute mark, maybe a little bit before or after that?
It would be bloody.
You can only imagine because no one's ever gotten any DMs about beating me that badly. So we're good. In fact, one of the only people that's ever beaten me that badly was my first season, and it was Meats, and I had zero problem with it because it was like, yep, that happened.
So
pretty sure I beat you pretty bad.
Kudos to you, Meats. I didn't know that. It must have been in a Plumber era.
That was when he had
that was
Freddie
quite
Golden.
a while ago.
He had Freddie Golden with joystick, and
just
is like, okay.
QP had 56 points. You mentioned Plumber era. Talked bad about that era. Brought down to 2 points. Fins, you're up.
So this division, we got 3 members on this this division. One, I was able to take his place. We improved that spot, I think. So I'm going to say this division is full of 3 of my good friends and Meats. I am going to. That being said, though, I am going to easily put up 50 against Mike FML. I respect QP too much. QB plays me really well. He's got solid defense. Meats and I have decent games. I beat him this year. Last couple times he beat me. I kicked the shit out of him the first time I played him. when I was the Lions. But Mike and I have been playing against each other for so long, and he
It is
talks
what it is.
so much shit when we play
Mhm.
that it just feels so good
Mhm.
when you destroy him. So I would gladly drop 50 on Mike.
Mhm. Yeah, I like that. And I'm actually going to give Finns the win there again. So Finns wins the round, 77 points for Finns. QP 2 points, Meats 23, QB 10. So QP is eliminated, but stay around because there might be a gulag coming up. So QP will not be allowed to talk until the gulag.
When
So,
can I
Could
use
I
my
revive
gas mask, Prime?
Fins? I
you
could have
can
used
whenever
that
you want.
revive pistol,
Whenever,
pal.
whenever you want, buddy.
I'm gonna use it on this next round, just like it's coming up here.
All right. So coming up on this next round, the second round, the circle closing. Oh, and what do you know? It's for a power up. Which SML owner has been the most surprising for you this new cycle, positive or negative? And Fins, just let us know when you want to use a gas mask. QB, we'll start with you.
I want to now. Now.
All right, QB skipped. QB skipped. So Meats, what do you Meats? What do you want to do or say?
Well, you want me to go? Yeah, okay. Well, first of all, I just want to I want to point out the Bengals Fins plays Mike in week 7 of this season. So
Oh.
I'm expecting an easy 50 on that one. His words, not mine.
Mhm, mhm.
And it was most surprising team for me so far is I got to go with RD and the Patriots. Patriots are a fine team. RD is a fine player. He's a champion. He's been there before. But lately he's just been struggling, and maybe that was a little bit of the Texans. But then you get a team that's, I mean, much better than the Texans, but that's not really that hard.
Mhm.
And he's 3-0 right now, and it's been impressive. And I'm looking at his schedule right now: wins over the Dolphins, Steelers, and Ravens. I mean, Colton not great. Field has been a lot better lately. It's just been it's been a really impressive start to the season for RD.
Fins, what do you think?
Okay, first and foremost, RD a fine player. He's a former champion. He's
Yeah, but what
better
has he
than
done lately?
fine. He's better than fine. How
Fine was
dare you?
generous.
Don't disrespect RD. I'm gonna say Monty. That Broncos team, isn't very great. I mean, I know they're better season 1, and they have some really crappy cap penalties. Russell Wilson is way worse than he was at the drop. And Monty came into this blip playing really crap. He was playing really, really bad. He got saddled with this crap team, and he's playing well. You can only play your schedule, and he's taking care of the teams in front of him. So I'm going to say Monty there. And then on the other side, I'm going to say Biz, and not because of his record so far. It's that Fields trade was just garbage and put him behind the 8 ball. He's probably not going to get a good QB to start. Biz, don't go in my DMs either, crying about this comment. But just a terrible trade. Terrible trade.
Mhm.
But hey, those eval points.
So
Yeah, well, he's got to have a new offense now. There
Yeah.
has to be a new offense now.
yeah. So the round ends. Meats with 69, Fins with 45. Meats, you get a power up. Do I need to read them off too, or do you know what they are?
I got the list here in front of me. You know what? I'll take the precision airstrike.
Okay. So we're entering the gulag. The scores are all knotted up at 0. Whichever duo wins the gulag wins the game. And it's a randomly assigned teammates. I always pick which guys I think work together the best. So I think Fins and QB Stud and Meats and QP are going to work the best together. Which SML member do you secretly root for? I'm going to ask QB Stud first, and then Fins has to back him up on this no matter what. So QB, which SML member do you secretly root for?
Jokes on Prime Fins, because we are about to work out perfectly here as a teammate, because I'm actually going to reference something you said earlier in this show. My response to this is any and everyone that actually does commentary on their streams. I love nothing more than rooting for them, whether I'm watching them or not. Obviously, I'm watching. It's a fun environment. We get to kind of get invested in them. But even if I'm not watching, I was like, hey, I hope he did really well because then we can talk about it the next time. Bean is one that does it all the time. Prime, you're one that does it all the time. Woods, like we said, RD's hilarious every single time. Fins is one. Anybody that does voice commentary during their games just makes the game more enjoyable, makes the league more enjoyable. Love rooting for those guys.
All right.
What an excellent comment and segue into what I was going to say, because the guy that I was going to choose was Bean. Bean is a guy that I think is really easy to root for. Lumped into all of those other guys, including myself, who commentate games. We were just chatting before about Woods. I'm always in Woods streams, but now that he's commenting his games, it is just legendary. If you haven't checked out his streams yet, he's done the last 2. They are absolutely incredible. So yeah, rooting for guys who commentate their streams is an easy choice there.
All right. That was good teamwork. Together they combined for 100 points. So Meats and QP have a lot to come back on. QP, we'll start with you.
That was a really good choice to make.
Really good cop-out, actually. But, okay.
Yeah, it was. So we're actually going to go with this route. We're going to actually go with Prime Time 000 and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Speaking of cop-outs.
This is a 19-time champion who's on his quest for 20. He has a chance of going undefeated this season. When was the last time he lost? We don't want to hear about Dan 25-0. We don't want to hear about that.
Mm-hmm.
We want to hear about Prime. When was the last time Prime lost?
Mm-hmm.
And now he joins a division with another gunslinger. You got a guy like Monty. Any man that chews like Monty is tough to bring down. He is very tough to bring down.
Yeah.
On top of that, Justin Herbert. We don't got to get into Justin Herbert. He is literally God sent, one of the best. Prime shows it, obviously, in his games constantly. When he's calling hike, it looks literally like an angel's holding the ball, and the 2 thumbs behind it. You can't even imagine how glorious he looks.
I'm liking what I'm hearing. I'll try not to be biased. Meats, what do you think?
All right, listen, I'm not going to sell out for the win. It's no secret I root against Prime. Okay, normally. Let me rebuttal my own statement.
I quit this team match and I went solo.
Oh, no, come on. I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to save it. How long has it been since we've had a truly dominant Prime season? It's been a while, and I'm not going to bring up a specific number because I don't want to hurt Prime's feelings and lose points. But the deal is, I mean, the SML is better when Prime is winning. It's better when Prime is contributing. And I may not like Prime as a champion, but I cannot actively root against him as a person and as a team owner. And, hey, the Chargers are a fun team to root for. So here we go.
If QP was trying to make Matt more jealous or me, I'm genuinely concerned
about
that.
What do we get on that one? 3 points?
All right. So
Meats
is an awful team player. I'll say that. Awful. Meats, do you wish to use your precision airstrike? They're at 100 points.
Well, why don't you tell me the scores first?
Not telling you. Do you want to use it or not?
Rain it on him, Meats.
Oh, yeah, we'll do it.
All right. So use a precision airstrike. They're down to 50 points. So QB and Fins finish with 50 points. Meats and Meats and QP finished with, drumroll, 100,020 points. They absolutely dominate. They win the Gulag and win the game. Congratulations. Guys, what do you have to say?
Zero integrity.
Go ahead, Meats. I'll let you have the floor first.
Yeah. Well, given the nature of this blowout, that's almost as good as dropping 50 on QB. I'm going to have to create a spreadsheet now to keep track of the biggest blowouts in the point after history.
Yeah, I'm glad. See, this is why I'm glad I let the Meats win this one. All right.
Let me just say, I am glad I've been deep in the trenches. I don't want to divulge too much secrets, but I've been studying the dark arts of Madden, and 4-0 shows for it.
Oh, man.
4-0 shows for it.
Wow. So QP admitting some dark arts. We'll find out. Is it a Kobe versus LeBron moment? Prime versus QP in the Super Bowl? We don't know for sure. Guys, thanks for watching The Point After. I'm Prime, Meats, QB, QP, and Fins. Signing out. Thanks.